Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you are new here, please click that big red button down below and subscribe, and welcome back to this makeup obsessed family. So today we are doing something super exciting. We are reviewing and testing out, giving our impressions on a palette by an Irish makeup artist. So KEILIDH MUA, if you guys don't know who she is, she's amazing. Like, a lot of people, you'll know who she is straight off the bat. She was a makeup artist in England. Now she's a turned YouTuber slash kind of makeup guru, all that good stuff. Makeup influencer, beauty influencer. She's hilarious. She's so funny. Honestly, I look so pale because I dead ass I'm so pale. I'm not this pale, but the camera is making me look this pale, the lighting and stuff. But yeah, she's amazing. She's hilarious, and she has come out with a beautiful collaboration with Sue, which is by Suzanne Jackson, who is a lovely Irish makeup artist. And both of these women are very inspirational. The palette is $34.95. I pre-ordered this and I got it today. So I pre-ordered it last week. I think it's a really good price. It's a very it's a middle price. It's in the middle. It's not too expensive, but it's also not too kind of cheapy. It's a nice price and it's in the middle, especially for the packaging. So Sue, I have never really tried their other makeup products, but I do love the lashes. I'm just obsessed with the lashes. So this is the KEILIDH. Now she spells her name like this, so you cannot see this. I'm dumb. You cannot see this, but she spells her name differently. So at first I was like, what? But that's the way she spells her name. And on the back it tells you all the names of the shades, and inside it tells you the names underneath the shades, which I love. I'm obsessed with, not just for YouTube reasons and being on camera and stuff and trying to figure out which names are which, but it's just so handy. Less effort. There's always good when there's less effort, right? This is the back of it. I love this. So this is called the Urban Bible palette, and a lot of them are based off of say religious names. The palette itself is very heavy. It definitely feels expensive, luxurious. I love the way it's weighty feeling. It says Sue KEILIDH right here. I really like that touch. It's beautiful. And I love the way it's supposed to look worn and old. That's why this design is here. So it looks like it has specks of dirt on it. I love that. It says Love KEILIDH on the back. That's so cute. You can get this on www.sosubysj.com. So, by SuzanneJackson.com. So I will show you the inside of the palette. I'm so excited to freaking wear this on my eyes. So excited. So it has a nice big mirror. I took the peely bit off. I'm sorry guys. This will not be first impressions. I did try this out today because I was going somewhere, but I had really bad lighting and I don't really think it was a good try because the lighting was bad, and yeah. Anyway, so this is the beautiful inside of the palette. The shades are so pretty and stunning, and I really like them. The shimmers, they feel kind of like a shimmery veil. They don't feel like a shimmer from Juvia's Place or anything like that, but they feel like a very nice shimmer as well, and they'll perform well on the eye. I will be doing a full swatcheroo and I will be inserting that in the video, but I want to get straight in and have a play with these. They have all the names on them. They're super pretty. These remind me of the Urban Decay, the old Urban Decay palettes. I never really had any Urban Decay palettes, so my cousin had some. I was super jealous. I really wanted an Urban Decay palette. I was that kid. So I really like the layout, and it just reminds me of that. And they have really pretty names, and I like them. And it's very strong magnetic to the point where you're when you're opening it. I like that, so none of the products leaks out or anything. Nice big mirror base and 0.5 rumor on. It's nice and sticky, and it looks super messy at the minute, but we're going to get into this. Some of these are just very soft, beautiful shadows, but they have a lot of pigmentation, so I don't really want to go in with a crazy amount of stuff. So I'm going to just zoom you guys in. I know you guys like it when you're zoomed in so you can see everything. So we have our brows. I did them kind of messy today just in honor of KEILIDH MUA. I love her messy brows. They're so perfect, and I just love a messy brow. So I'm really feeling Savior and Prophecy. I did try them already, but I really want to do Unruly as well. But I think for this look we're going to go into Savior. So this pretty, as she calls it, a poo brown. I love her. She's so fucking honest. She's hilarious. So we're going in with a random fluffy brush because at first, going in with tiny toot, a few taps, tapping off the excess because at first I went in with way too much and I feel like it didn't blend. So we're going to go in Oh yeah, this is already so much better. I think what I was doing was just, I was like, these shadows are being so hard to blend and finding them so hard to blend with. I was like, what am I doing wrong? It was just me going in with too much. I was going in as if I would use like a different type of shadow, like a Juvia's Place shadow, but each shadow is different and your application has got to be slightly different sometimes to suit them. But this looks so much better. As you guys can see, I'm just blending this out. I want it to be soft and I don't want it to look too overwhelming at first. This is like a perfect mauve-y, like cool toned nude shade. So this is Savior. Now I'm just blending this in. Oh, this is so much better. I feel like a fluffy brush is perfect, which is fine by me because I have a lot of fluffy brushes and I don't really get to use them as often as I would like sometimes because I use like tiny little brushes. So I'm going back in with Savior and I'm just blending it through my crease. Also, I love that she has the names written underneath and it's only her first palette, but she just knows, like, she's a makeup, you know, like, person. She's like tested a lot of makeup, so the girl, she knows. So we're gonna blend it in on the outer corner. The shade is just so perfect for like those smoky, like blown out smoky eyes that she does. I'm gonna take the shade Prophecy, which is like a beautiful brown shade, and we're gonna take a tiny bit of this because, as you guys can see, pigmentation off the bat, so pigmented. So I'm just gonna take this on my fluffy brush and blend it out. But I mean, just like thank everything because I really wanted this to work. Like, I would have literally, I was like beating myself up. I was like, why are you not doing this? Like, you're not working this palette to its potential. But this looks so good now with the fluffy brush. So I definitely recommend the fluffy brush. I mean, get her brush set if you want to get some bomb ass brushes. Her brush set looks so good though. Going back in with a tiny dab of Prophecy again, but I'm just deepening it up on the outer corner, and then I'm deepening it up right here in the crease. I'm going right in to the crease. Now this is where a little brush would be super handy, so I'm going to grab a little brush in just a second. So I'm really impressed with the way these are performing now. They don't really remind me of like different shadows. I think they're just their own unique formula and I really like that. So I'm just wiping my brush a bit and then just taking the same brush and just trying to blend it in a bit. Blendy, blendy, blendy. This is so pretty. Going back in with Prophecy and stamping this a bit more on the outer edge. This is very, very nice. So I'm going to take a smaller brush to tuck it into the crease. Back into the shade Prophecy. I love the names as well. I feel like being brought up in Ireland, and it's quite a religious country, and I know we like take the piss out of it a lot, but like the names and stuff, it just reminds me of all that kind of stuff. But like not in a bad way, like in a good way. It just kind of is like nostalgic. But I just feel like they're very creative names as well. I don't know, I'm just blabbing on, guys. Talking shite as usual. So I'm just blending this in with the same brush. Yeah, I feel like I need to get her brushes. Like, honestly, I feel like they would be so good. I definitely want to get her brushes. So when payday comes around, brushes are being bought by Kitty anyway. They look so good though. So I want to take some more of Savior that we used, and then that's our first shade, our Transish. Just blend this through the crease as well. I feel like I'm making these look super muddy super fast because I forget how pigmented they are. So I don't want to put too much. Buffing this into the eye. Very pretty. A bit harder to blend at the edges here. So I'm just going to blend this again. I don't know. It's probably me. I've tried it a couple times. I want to go into Oath, which is a very cool toned, almost a grey or like a very mauvey brown color. So I'm going in with Oath on the outer portion of my eye. I feel like it's so easy to go in with way too much when I'm using such pigmented shades. And stamping this out, I'm taking just more of it, stamping it out and blending it slightly. So I think it's the best I can do with this for a second. I'm taking Savior again, going in inner corner, blending it around the edges of the darker color which is Oath. I feel like that's making it look a little bit better. So our black here, you guys can see how pigmented this is, so I'm tapping it off quite a bit. KEILIDH is definitely known for her grungy smokes. If I could do eyeshadow as well as she could, like, I would die. I would die of happiness. She's so good. Like, that is so pretty. So that was the last bit, taking a tiny bit. Like, I love the name, Sin. We're going to take our angled brush again. Blendy, blendy, blendy. Okay. So I feel like this is a lot. So we're going to take a makeup wipe and I'm going to just like so, kind of give it a sharp angled look. I'm really feeling that lately. So I want to go in and I'm going to take my C1 Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C1. I'm going to take this. I feel like this is going to be what like fixes this as well. I'm going to just take this straight up like the brush applicator for a second to cut out this crease. Because I feel like it's super helpful sometimes. And I do make my cut creases quite high lately. I know, don't clock me for it. You know what, guys? I'm happy. I do not care. So I'm just gonna... I don't think I've been more nervous because I'm doing proper reviews of products now, and I just really love KEILIDH anyway. But obviously I'm going to be speaking the truth about the palette. Okay, this is a lot better because I was like, it was turning into a shit show on my behalf. I don't know what I was doing over there. My little flat brush. Just trying to like smidge the edges a bit. And pretty color from the palette. I feel like, I know people be like, oh, you're so boring, you're doing like a grungy eye, but I really just want to just try out a grungy eye first and then move on to different looks. So this is the shade Chaos. This is the duochrome shade. It looks like a brown, but it's a duochrome. When you turn it in certain light, you're just like shook. That was an ugly face. So then this is 1996. So I've dipped into this once. I feel like it's dipped a lot. Like I felt like I used a lot of it. I probably did use a lot of it. It's so pretty though. Look at that. Woo! Setting spray. I mean, it does the job. So I'm spraying that a couple times. Woo! And I want to go into 1996. So, such a pretty shade. Although I do feel like it's dipped a lot and I've only gone in once. That's the only thing, but I mean, let's just coat this bad boy up. This is the more foiled shade in the palette, whereas the other shades, she was saying, like, they're more of kind of like just like a sheen. They're super pretty though. I really like them. We're waiting, we're focused. So we're going in with this color in 1996. The year I was born. Whoop whoop. Yeah, okay, no, we're not using that brush. That's better. There's a lot of fallout on the shade, probably because I'm going in the way I am, but I'm going to take my finger. Everybody knows that a shimmery shade is best applied with a finger. I feel like everyone just knows that by now. It's just like common knowledge, we all know it. This is an unusual shade. It's not like any kind of shimmer shade I've ever tried. It's foily, but it's nice. I do like it. I'm not faulting it. I do like it. I definitely thought it looked super pretty, but just the way I applied it earlier wasn't like ideal. I just didn't apply it that great. That's why I'm doing it again. So I'm taking it on my finger again. Yeah, that's a lot better. It's a very, very beautiful shade. But it, like, so with some shimmers you could use them also as a highlight, like a Morphe formula, a different type of formula. But with this you definitely could not. It's more of a chunky, glittery formula, but it's definitely, that's what it is. That's what it's doing. So it's very nice. Definitely fallout with all these shades. Like in any pigmented palette there is going to be fallout. So I'm going to do liner and I'm going to do my other eye and lashes, and we're going to come back, give you guys my final thoughts on the palette, on our first look that we've ever created. I dropped my brush. So guys, this is the finished look. I better go because it's literally 12:24. It's only 12:30 and I have to be up super early for work. But I wanted to show you guys, it's a very dramatic look. I wanted to show you guys with all my makeup on, because otherwise we wouldn't get the full effect. So the Urban Bible palette. So we're going to get through our thoughts now, but I want to show you an up close look of my eyes. I have my Sosu lashes on. I think this is the style London as far as I know. I have my Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Mannequin. Really like this. Everyone knows I love Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks as well, but we're here to talk about the KEILIDH palette. So we're gonna get into this look. Now I will say honestly, I found the shadows I found the shade, let me get into it, the shade Savior a little bit hard to blend through, but I think it was because I went in, I didn't realize how pigmented these were, which is a complete bonus by the way, and I went in with a small brush and I just put too much on, and I felt like it was hard to blend because there was too much of it and I didn't want to blend it up into my eyebrow. There was parts of the eyeshadow I felt were like more stubborn to like be blended, but once I got my bigger fluffier brush it has blended through. I really like 1996. It's a very beautiful shade. It reminds me of like a skin frost on the eyes. Sometimes I do that with like skin frost. I just have like the rest of my makeup, obviously I wish she'd come out with like more products, but she's only just come out with this, so like let's give her time. But I really like this palette and I cannot wait to do more looks with it. Expect a lot more looks of this palette on this channel. I want to do a few looks, like a couple of videos of looks using this palette just to really check the diversity of it. But I would say so far it is definitely worth the price. The packaging is so weighty, and like Kaylee mentioned this in her video, I will link her channel down below on where to get this palette. It is currently actually sold out though, which is like sad. There's like setting spray all over this because I sprayed my setting spray so much, but it's currently sold out. It was on pre-order. I got it on pre-order, and then when they actually went to sell it in like with the stock as well, I think it was sold out because I checked the website a second ago and it's sold out. But when it comes back into stock, I'm sure if you put your email in, usually most stores will tell you when it's back in stock. But I'm really liking this so far. It's such a grungy look. I really like how deep the black is. I do really like the shade Savior. I definitely think going in with a bigger, fluffier brush for me worked. But you can go in with more like little defined brushes. I think the best thing I want to do is buy the brush set. I feel like it would correspond with the palette beautifully. I do have a lot of brushes, but I just feel like that brush set is so nice. Definitely love it. She has such an eye for makeup, and it'll definitely bring out your inner artist, as she said. Like these, as she said as well, these colors over here are when she does like smoky looks, and over here Instagram looks. I can definitely see me using this in my everyday looks. Like I wear makeup to work, like nobody cares. I wear some pretty colourful looks to work sometimes as well, no one really minds, which is good. So if you don't have that type of job, you could go for more of the neutrally shades. But as well, this palette is just like, it makes me want to gravitate towards it and put like every shade on my eye at once. So I would definitely say this is definitely worth the money. Is this palette worth it in quality and packaging? I would say it definitely is. I've tested this out and I'm really happy with the look that I created. Just use a tiny bit. I definitely used way too much, but I do like the intense look that it has given me. But when I do my next tutorial using this, I'll be using less shadow. As Kaylee said though, you just need to tap your brush in the tiniest amount, so that was my fault for using so much. But I love this. I'm obsessed. I think you guys, if you guys want to get this, I will leave the link down below. It's still going to be the first link in the description box. I won't forget, I promise. And I cannot just wait to see you guys in my next video. So please smash that like button. Let's try and get this to as many likes as we can. And go follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. All that good stuff is linked down below. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.